Let us read from Colossians chapter 1 verses 15 to 16. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. This verse from Colossians regards the birth of Jesus as the model for all creation. Paul the Apostle viewed the birth of Jesus as cosmic significance, which brought forth a new man, who undid the damage caused by the fall of the first man, Adam. Just as the Johannine view of Jesus as the incarnate Logos proclaims the universal relevance of his birth, the Pauline perspective emphasizes the birth of a new man and a new world in the birth of Jesus. Paul's eschatological view of Jesus counterpositions him as a new man of morality and obedience, in contrast to Adam. Unlike Adam, the new man, born in Jesus, obeys God, and ushers in a world of morality and salvation. In the Pauline view, Adam is positioned as the first man, and Jesus as the second. Adam, having corrupted himself by his disobedience, also infected humanity, and left it with a curse as its inheritance. The birth of Jesus counterbalanced the fall of Adam, bringing forth redemption, and repairing the damage done by Adam. In the 2nd century church, Father Irenaeus writes, "When he became incarnate and was made man, he commenced afresh the long line of human beings, and furnished us, in a brief, comprehensive manner, with salvation. So that what we had lost in Adam, namely to be according to the image and likeness of God, that we might recover in Christ Jesus." In patristic theology, Paul's contrasting of Jesus as the new man versus Adam provided a framework for discussing the uniqueness of the birth of Jesus and the ensuing events of his life. The Nativity of Jesus thus began to serve as the starting point for cosmic Christology, in which the birth, life and resurrection of Jesus have universal implications. The concept of Jesus as the new man repeats in the cycle of birth and rebirth of Jesus from his nativity to his resurrection. Following his birth through his morality and obedience to the Father, Jesus began a new harmony in the relationship between God the Father and man. The nativity and resurrection of Jesus thus created the author and exemplar of a new humanity. In this view, the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus brought about salvation, undoing the damage of Adam. As the biological son of David, Jesus would be of the Jewish race, ethnicity, nation, and culture. One argument against this would be a contradiction in Jesus' genealogies. Matthew saying he is the son of Solomon, and Luke saying he is the son of Nathan, Solomon and Nathan being brothers. However, John of Damascus taught that there is no contradiction, for Nathan wed Solomon's wife after Solomon died, in accordance with the scriptures, namely, Yibam, the mitzvah that a man must marry his brother's childless widow. Jesus grew up in Galilee, and much of his ministry took place there. The languages spoken in Galilee and Judea during the 1st century AD includes Jewish Palestinian Aramaic, Hebrew, and Greek, with Aramaic being predominant. There is substantial consensus that Jesus gave most of his teachings in Aramaic in the Galilean dialect. The canonical Gospels describe Jesus wearing tzitzit, the tassels on a tallit, in Matthew chapter 14 verse 36. And implored him that they might only touch the fringe of his garment. And as many as touched it were made well. And Luke chapter 8 verses 43 to 44. And a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped. Besides this, the New Testament includes no descriptions of Jesus' appearance before his death, and the Gospel narratives are generally indifferent to people's racial appearance or features.